I started a new playlist related to portfolio, and for data access I will use data.json file. So all the data get from the JSON file, and I will use HTML, CSS and core JavaScript. And for this videos I will use only JavaScript, but further I will use jQuery and slick slider. And first I make a index.html file. So here I use editor VS Code editor, and VS Code I already installed some extension like live server and other. So this, if you want to install extension which I already installed, then you can check here. These are the extension which I used in VS Code. This live server, this live server helps to maintain your uh, if you write anything, then the changes reflect in browser. So and for JavaScript I make another folder JS, and inside I make a file app.js. I have make some pre mm, I have make already some files related to CSS like bear.css and Google font. I will paste this Google font in description so you can copy and use in your project. This is the root variable for container and all these stuffs, and this is the color variable which I used in this project. And if you want to use dark and light theme, then you can easily change. And these are the some predefined CSS. And for responsiveness, these are the media queries. If you want to copy media queries for further project, then you can check here. And for responsiveness I already use root variable. So these are the CSS you can copy before start the project. And in style.css I already designed for body some basic design. And here app.css file I will write all the and but before that, this is the data.json file from where I get the information for this portfolio. And for other playlists I will make related to resume. So all the data is stored in the data.json file. For reflect your styling, first link all the files responsive, style and where. So first I want access, and if you these with the help of path intelligence, if I write a dot and forward slash, that's it, and then it will give me some suggestion, file suggestion. So this give me path by because of path intelligence. So first I use by where, then style.css, and last responsiveness. And I make a div and class as tab group. And I also mention here id, because if I grab this div in JavaScript with the help of this id. So id is profile detail, and for and link app.js file also. This is the app.js file. And here I use Google Font Awesome. If you want to use any font awesome, you can. I use Google Font because it's easy to use by simply link the Google Font link. Now first I get the data from the JSON file, so I use here XML HTTP request, and first I open the request and then send. If you want to use fetch API, then you can use, and if you want to use Axios, then you can. For simplicity, I simply use XML HTTP request, and after onload I want to show data when HTML pages reload or load, then simply and that I simply write a condition that I first check that the state is 4 and the status is 200, then simply pass the data, and after that I make a function and here pass the argument. Here is one issue. I will show one issue. If you use arrow function, then this data is not reflected in the browser with that code. So for reflection, I simply write a variable, take a variable, and that variable I concatenate all the HTML. I want to show section check. For that, I select the profile detail from index.html, and profile detail in inner HTML I simply show or dump the HTML which I write in this function. Here's the issue that if I refresh but still the output is not shown to me. Here you check that this ID is I get the ID but the HTML is not appended to it. So for that simply if you stuck any this if you stuck in such situation, then you can simply check that this .js file is link or not, and if I console, then here all the state is coming. So I use if a regular function, then the output is shown to me. And this is the class for section, and inside section I take a div and class is group header, and I take another div for the above title. First title, this is the title of slider. So I make a class, I take a class and say inline I give inline style for that, and here I give the title is details. This is your details, and after details I take a two span for the buttons, slider button. First one is left scroll button, and for grabbing the button I will take ID, and for left here I use Google Font Awesome. Google Font, sorry. First one is left arrow, and for right arrow I duplicate this pen and here I give right scroll. Here you see both left and right font display, and in between I will show the slider. So for that I take a div with class of tabs and tab slider. Here I describe two class, and for grabbing this div I take id profile slider tab. Here if your css is not working, then maybe your double quote is missing, then you can simply inspect in browser and check if the color is different than other, then maybe your double quote is missing, so you can inspect by that way or debug your code that way. And after that, the first one is detail and the second one is for slider. So for slider I take another variable as a string variable, and inside I show the all the HTML code. First div has tab card and profile card, and inside div this div is related to your avatar or image. So I take image, and here I get the image from the data.json file, and you check that the output is not shown to me because here I not append this HTML. So for that, first I take the ID and insert. Here you get the three three way, but you can use insert adjacent HTML. So now your image is display on browser. After image I take a new div for the container, detail container. So I give class detail container, and for paragraph I, I take a inline styling, and first I want to show name. Here you can see in browser that Ron's profile is display, and inside P I take table because I want to show the detail as in grid form. So I take a table, and if you want to use without table, then you can simply use div and design them as a table. This is the variable which I use as for font size because I want as a responsiveness, and line height is 0, and T inside T body I take tr. For style padding 0, white space, no wrap. This is for if your text is go outside of the div, so it prevent that. And for TD padding 0, border left is 0, and first one is nickname. And here this state inside its TD I simply show the user name. I remove the style and copy. Second one is for height, so your nickname, then height is come inside the detail, then first index, and grab the height. Same for mobile number, this one is mobile, and copy. If you want to give which one, you have to in data registration file I have to mobile number, so I use first one. Second card. This card is for contact or detail, user detail. So from Google Font I use contact phone icon, and after that this one I simply remove and keep the address, and here I also style the table. You can play with CSS after simply inspecting browser and check if I remove the white space no wrap and include, then what changes you get. So you can play with that. And this first one is house detail. Here I get the house, and second one for the road, gully or street. This one is area, then district, and after that I show city, state and country, all of them. Country, and I also want to display state, so I take the state. Last one is for pin code, and you can see here all these HTML code are overlapped on each other in browser. First I write all the HTML stuff. Last container is for, or last card is for overall total experience I want to show. So I take a BR and there I show the experience, and I get from JSON. So which one I copy this and simply get the overall experience. Now here I use another font, Google font work, for overall experience. I think HTML part is finished, but before that I give a class for both of them, because I give color each of them. Now start the CSS. For styling, first one I want to style tab group. Here I already take a class that group for which I make another videos. So for that I already take the group class. Margin, I take a main margin, and next max width. I take mid container. If you use variable in CSS, then you can easily give responsiveness. So here I use variable, and next class is for tab section. Here I simply define the margin as tab margin. Now next one is group header. Group header, first I want to display as flex, and justify content is space button. Border bottom, I give border bottom is 1 pixel solid and gray light, this one. And fourth one is padding bottom. I take 2.25 rem, and margin bottom is bare, and margin bottom I also take from the variable group header spacing. And the next class is group title. Simply I define font weight 900, and second one is color is blue sky. Now you can check the changes are reflected in browser. And now it's another section for tab. So for categorization, easily categorization, I take comment, I write comment for tab, and after that I design. First one is button, scroll button. Position, I take position relative, and padding 0.5 rem. Z index I want to 1 because I want to show top of the all of the div, and background color is white bg. Opacity, I want some blurriness, so I use opacity 0.5 and cursor pointer. And for and now design each button left and right separately. So for that, first left and right. For left scroll button I use float as left, and transform as y. So your left button is in between your div. And for right I simply float as right and transform y as minus 100 pixel. And next class is tab. Simply I display as a flex. And now design your each slider. So for that I take class tab slider, and position be relative, width is 100%. So I want to take all the information 100% of the container. So and overflow x is auto, and y is hidden. I don't want to show the scroll bar of the y, so simply I use hidden. And for all browser I want to display none, so for that I use WebKit, scroll width none. And this all code is for your different type of browser like Chrome, Mozilla, Opera, Safari, and IE Explorer. MS Overflow style is also none. And all this is for the different browser. Here also display none. I use tab slider before and after. I give flex is 1 0 and auto, and display inline block. Tab card, and then border pixel solid gray light, and border radius I want border radius be 2.5 rem. 2.5 rem. And for transition I take CSS transition all 2.0.2 as is for transition. Okay, and next is if I hover the card, then box shadow I will provide a box shadow 0 4 pixel. This is the uh, all the pixel from all side, and the color and last one is for opacity 0.24. And after that, profile card. For profile card, I display flex and justify content center, align item center, then cap I want, I take from variable profile card cap, this one 20 pixel. So next to padding I also take from variable profile card padding, and I want to design each div inside the profile card. So display flex direction column, color tree first, take as from variable, then font family Hebrew, which I got from Google Font, and if your net is not working then use sans serif. And now design for spam, opacity 0.6, font weight 600. Okay, this one is finished. Next one is for I, means font icon. Font size V, profile card icon. Next one for P, paragraph, but remove the angle bracket because I design span, I not each of them. Okay, and next for which one, avatar. So I design first div, first card, and in first card I design the image, profile image. So avatar image, then width take from the variable, and again height I also give height, and I want a circle, so radius, border radius is 100%, and I also want that image in center, so for that background repeat, no repeat, background position be center, and background size be cover. I also give some border to the image, so simply take border 2 pixels solid and color, and display as block. And now design as detail container. So detail container, font size is text heading. Now design table. Table is border spacing 0, width, and then TRTH border background color, border bottom, and also want border bottom 2 pixels solid and white, like some grayish color. And for border left, this one is white, and border left, is 2 pixels solid where gray light. Then font size padding, then give text align center, text transform uppercase, and font family same Hebrew. And now design th. Here I not use th, but in if I use th, then I already designed this. And for th first child, Here all are TR. You can check the design is come. And now next is next for design the TR and TD. So first one is TR. TR border bottom 1 pixel solid, where white, and the second one color. I want color grayish color. Now for table TR and TD. For that I take background color white, border is 0, border bottom 1 pixel solid, and color gray light. And for border left I only want the border as left, so 5 pixel solid variable border top. This is the color. And here you can check border top. Yeah. Now padding B, I want to keep some padding with 10 pixel. Next one is table TD on hover. When I hover on each of TD, then simply border top 2 pixel solid, and box shadow for 04 pixel, 4 pixel minus 10 RGB. And I want each of odd of TR and TR as different color. TD, sorry. So for that, background color border top. You can check the first and last one have background color some grayish, and TR last. I want last as border bottom 0. I don't want to show border of last TR. Now design. Last one is for icons. I want different color on of each icon. So first one I grab the address and I want color as green light, and the second one is work icon, and I take as cyan. But the font of paragraph is very large. There is some CSS. Okay, so in paragraph profile card P. Okay, profile card. If I simply remove this one, do okay. Now it's look good. If you want to size be a little bit small, then you can define their font size. And for button, I grab the button left and right. So if I click right and left, then each div slide some pixel. So first one is left button and the second one is right button. Left this one and second one is right. Okay, and add event listener on right button. When I click on right button, then event is fired. Click event. For that, simply I select the slider tab. I grab the all div, means all card inside the div, and for that if one click then simply scroll to 300 pixel, and I prevent the event for browser refresh. Second one for if you click left button, and that way simply you remove 300 pixel, so minus 300, that's working. I think all is now its last one is responsiveness. Okay, and for responsiveness, yeah, if you want to copy all the responsiveness then you can copy from there, from here, sorry. And first one is in 768 tab section B, I want to tab margin be 0 and 1 rem, means padding from left and right be removed or minimized. And here I want as 0.5 rem from left right, and in screen size 480 I want as 0.2 rem. Now if you resize your screen, then you can check the padding of left and right. So this is the first section. Thank you.